What up, though? My afro, it's your boy Toto too. Tired, y'all. Tired. It's a great day in the Lord. Ain't it a great day in the Lord? All right. So, the president has COVID-19, right? It's just kind of like, it's kind of like, nah, 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 boo boo, ain't it? Because the president, he's so casual about COVID-19. He was casual about it from the very beginning. You know, he didn't react fast enough. He didn't believe it. He thought it was a hoax. Remember that? Oh, it's a hoax. This is one of the biggest. It's a hoax. It's not real. Turns out that it's real, and now he has it. He didn't want to wear a mask. Fauci's on him now. Fauci didn't want to wear a mask. All that other stuff. The president is a real, like, he's a real you can't touch me type of guy. Like, you can't do nothing to me. I'm the president. You can't, like, his ego is too big. It's way too big. And what is he in his 70s? Yeah, Trump. Anyways, so all right. So the Proud Boys, right? He told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by, right? And then I saw a video about the Proud Boys, and the Proud one of the Proud Boys said, "Listen, if the president doesn't win the election, there's gonna be a war." He said, Trump 2020. He's like, if Trump doesn't go into 2020 and win the election, there's gonna be a war. This is what you know this brotherhood, this militia is what I call them. But the Proud Boys, this is what he said. So I'm thinking like this. This planet belongs to God. Okay? God's plan is the only plan that there is. Your plan doesn't matter. Our plan doesn't matter. We can make plans all day. God's plan is the only one that matters. And if God thinks that you're about to do something that he really, really, really doesn't want to do, and it's going to affect a lot of people in the way that he doesn't want it to happen, guess what he's going to do? He's going to stop you. One way or another. He's going to stop you. Now, I didn't watch the debate. I know it was a total debacle, and Trump would not let Joe Biden speak. I know it was just terrible. And there's never been a debate like that. It's called a debate, not a filibuster, not a soapbox. It's called a debate. You let each one speak about what they're going to do and what they think they can do for the country. It's for the people. But that did not happen. Trump did not let him speak. This dude is something else, man. I mean, he is something else. You can't get a word in edgewise with this man. It is clear. He does not belong in the White House. Now, I'll tell you, and I'm going to tell you something. I do like some of what Trump has done when it comes to other countries. And other countries know not to mess with us while Trump is in the White House. So I do like that. I do like the fact that Trump will stomp you out in a heartbeat. I like that a whole lot. Like, I can see Trump being, like an advisor or something, but the commander in chief, no. But I do like the fact that he'll stomp you out. He'll kick you right in the face. He's got no problem. He's like, don't we have nukes? Why don't we use them? Like, that's Trump right there. Like, what? You want to say what the who? Like, I'll stomp you, and that's it. The problem is, just because you're a good warlord doesn't make you a good commander in chief. It just means you're good at war. And he's not too bad at finances either. So he's got some things going for him. But his one hoeing around, I mean, when did he have his kid? I mean, his you know what I'm saying? And sleeping with prostitutes while you're married, and you sleep with a prostitute while your wife is having a baby. All this other stuff that they say he did, I don't know. I didn't look it up. It's just like that's not. It's not a good look, bro. It's not a good look for the family. But who cares about family nowadays? We just do what we want. But nonetheless, his racial statements, his attitude towards some countries call them crap hole countries. It just the way he speaks just is not good for everybody. So to me, he's just a divisive individual who has some good qualities, but he's not good for everyone. I'm not saying Sleepy Joe is either, but Donald Trump just is not good for everyone. He does not care about bringing peace by way of demilitarizing, or whatever the word is. He believes in just running people over, but the problem is any uh, uh, powerful countries found out, in the past, you keep running people over, eventually enough of them to get together and run you over. They'll overthrow you some kind of way. Now, to me, Trump being sick, uh, I mean, there's a lot of people getting sick from COVID-19. Trump is what? He's in his 70s. Does he have any pre existing, circumstances? I don't know. I don't know if he has asthma or any of that stuff. But and I'm not hoping COVID-19 to. I'm not hoping the man goes anywhere. But it's the war that they talked about. If something happens to Donald Trump, like if he doesn't, in 2020, if he doesn't win the election, I'm just like, well, what if COVID-19 takes him out? I mean, the conspiracy theorists are just gonna go crazy. They're already going crazy. But what if the president dies of COVID-19? I mean, say it ain't so because a lot of people are living. Look, the percentage of people are living are very high, so I don't think he's going anywhere. But what if that did happen? Mike Pence, Mike Pence. I mean, come on. Mike Pence was turning his back on the prez when all that sexual stuff came out. Is he a better leader? Who knows? But nonetheless, it just makes you think, what if? Like, what if that happened? Because everybody's thinking it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think that the Black Lives Matter, the Antifa people, I think they woke up a sleeping giant, which is called white people, which is called the silent majority. But the war that the silent majority is talking about having, the civil war that's going to be fought here on American soil, there is going to be a civil war. It's already started. When you're hanging people, when you're just walk outside and you see people hanging, that's a sign that you're at war. I mean, come on, people. We're already at war. But it's going to be bigger and more widespread. When this happens, I keep telling people the military isn't going to know what side to fight on. But the militant people are going to get the war that they're looking for. If Joe Biden goes, look, is Joe Biden's ahead right now, isn't he? He's ahead by a few points. If Joe Biden wins the election, if he does, the Proud Boys and the KKK and some other people who are out there, they're going to go off, and the police, they're going to go out and they're going to hang a lot of people. They're already hanging black men, just casually, just hanging black men. But they're going to really go out and hang people. They're going to make it known that they're pissed off that Trump is no longer in there. And Trump had the nerve to say during one of his speeches, talking about him being in the White House for another 4 years. And then he said, who knows, maybe even more than that. The only way that can happen if the president, makes an executive decision, but it has to be some pre-existing circumstances for him to be able to say, you know what, there's not going to be an election. I'm not leaving the White House. I'm here until whatever's going on. Now, the world is in a bad state, that's for sure. But we would have to be in like an all-out war, or there would have to be something where you just can't. Right now, it wouldn't be good to change commanders and chiefs. So if this keeps getting worse, because there's already people dying in the street right now, we have the federal police are just picking people off, and then you don't hear from them no more. And they're like, white woman go this way, black woman goes to jail, then you don't hear from the black woman no more. So it is bad, but when it gets to the point where you can't even go to the grocery store, where you can't drive down the street, and I'm not talking about martial law. I'm talking about way past martial law. Martial law is a way to temporarily control you, which means the government has control. Okay, fine. But the when the U.S. Army is no longer in control, who's in control? No one is. That's when you go past martial law. When there's complete anarchy, when the government's infighting is is gotten to a fever pitch where they don't know who's in control. Then everyone loses control and nobody has respect for any law. Then there's complete lawlessness. You know, when there's complete lawlessness, when it gets to that point, then what? See, that's what the people like the Proud Boys to me, that's what I think they want. I think listen, they want Trump in office, but I think they want war more than Trump in office. I think they want anarchy more than anything because I know their storage houses are full. I mean, they're teamed up with their farmers, and some of them are farmers. I mean, they got land and food and all of that, and bunkers and all that. These people who want war, they don't want war because they're not prepared. They already said it openly. We're prepared for all of you. They're prepared for nuclear fallout, like literally. So just, Black Lives Matter and Antifa and, just people who just want to live and stop police brutality, they are no match for people like the Proud Boys and the I don't know how many militias that are out there. They're no match for them. If they all came out of the woodworks and decided to all start firing, there would be 100,000 people dead pretty much in one day. And I'm not exaggerating. So let's just be for real. People are like, go out and vote, go out and vote. I'm like, my ancestors did die for voting. I understand that 100%. I haven't voted on the presidency since George Bush, the second. But to actually go out and vote, let's just say that I did go out and vote. Let's just say that your vote actually mattered, which it doesn't. And you went out and vote, and Biden won. I don't think that you would like the results of what happened. See, you think that the regime would change and things would be better for us, but they won't be. There is no better for us. Because if you can't stop the police from what they do, then it doesn't matter who's in. And if you provoke the police to go out and do worse than what they've done, and they have support from certain people. Exactly. Exactly. There is no winner for us. It's not about Biden and Trump. It's simply about us. There's no winner for us. There is none. We don't care what kind of Medicare that you have. If this country is about to explode, what difference is your Medicare plan going to make? We have the largest army there is. We have the most battleships there are. What happens when that army is turned on us? When you're seeing Blackhawks and Hueys, over your neighborhood, because that almost happened. I live near Army reserves. I see those jets and helicopters flying over my head. There's no better for us because we do not have the firepower to protect ourselves from the Proud Boys. We don't. You see 100 or 2, black militia walking around talking about, the KKK and telling them we're walking around the KKK, come on out. You don't want the KKK to come out. You don't. Because the few hundred people that you had walking around would be wiped out with a Gatling gun. One Gatling gun. And you're fooling yourself if you think they don't have them. They have them. They'll wipe you out with one Gatling gun. It would be over quickly. There's no fight there whatsoever. I'm with the show of power, but when it comes to 245 million against 40 million, let's wake up. We just don't have the numbers. Now, if we had even numbers and we had even financial, stability, that would be a totally different thing. But we don't. We cannot go to war on American soil. And somebody said we need to do it by guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare, listen, guerrilla warfare only lasts as long as you can keep your cover and you can keep supplies. What makes you think they won't cut that off in a heartbeat? They'll find out where you are. And if they don't, they'll just cut off your supplies. See, everyone else will be affected by your guerrilla warfare. Everyone who's not fighting, everyone who's just hiding and trying to run for their lives, and really didn't even want the war, was like, hey, let's go back to the way it was. So what? A black man dies every 20 seconds by police. So what? We'll take that instead of this. At least we can go to the store. So you got to understand there are people who will just be regular people just trying to live who will be, they'll be gutted in the street, hung, made an example of. I'm not for Trump. I'm not for Biden. But I'm definitely not for Trump. But I'm not for an all-out war either. Because I can get in my car and drive down the street, and I don't feel safe when I see the police, but that's nothing new. But I would even feel more unsafe if I saw the Proud Boys standing on my corner. There would be no safety for me. Who's going to stop them from putting bullet holes in my, No one. No one. The police have rules that they have to follow. The Proud Boys don't. They have no rules. And they're looking forward to slaughtering people in mass numbers. So we just got to think about that. We got to tread carefully. Yeah? Trump has COVID-19. It's like, yo, Trump, get well. You know what I mean? Yo, son, don't die. You know what I'm saying? You got to fix all this before you die because these people out here are ready to go crazy. And 40 million of us ain't going to do not jack about it. We hit the streets, we'll get ran over. Quickly. Quickly. Even with the aid of, other nationalities who are speaking up for us. And thank you. But it doesn't matter. Because we do not have the finances. We do not have the military. We black people don't own no part of the military. Trump is an actor, 100%. 100%. But our military will turn on our people in a heartbeat. And it's not our military. It's the white man's military. And that's just the truth. Black people don't control the military. They don't. White people control the military. We are outnumbered and outgunned. The voting spell. I'm not voting. I haven't voted for a president in a long time. But so I just wanted to talk about that before I go ahead and take a nap and then got to get up and go do more stuff. I wanted to see what y'all thought about it. It's your boy Tone 202. God loves you. So do I.